shout out to this podcast right now. Who you telling? They know how to ask questions and conduct an excellent interview. So
I
y'all
like this.
Yeah.
You able to see direct interaction.
Right
You're
there.
actually really, really good at this, by the way, because I've been on a whole lot of podcasts, and every time before I go, they always ask the same thing. Like, this is probably like one of the best, I'll say the best podcast that I've been on so far, and I've been on a
Hands
lot.
off with us. Tell us a little bit about yourself. You know what I mean? Where you from? What you got going on, man?
I was born in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
I was raised in North Carolina.
Okay.
I'm an open book. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to just like.
Oh, I'm gonna ask them questions, so
Yeah,
you better
yeah.
be open book with it too.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Don't be holding back.
Yeah, I don't mind.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I can't just tell you. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get to them questions.
Oh, we're
but-
gonna get to those questions, man. So listen, the very first question. I noticed you have a new baby girl, right?
Baby boy.
Baby boy. I'm sorry, new baby boy, and it's a junior, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about how that experience, like the emotions behind all that, because that's new for you, right?
Yeah, my first biologically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's actually real cool. It's cool. I'm super excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know how like everybody like, oh boy, you better get ready. You
Right.
better. It ain't nothing like that.
Yeah.
Like it ain't nothing like that.
Because you really can't be too ready, you know what I mean, or too prepared for parenthood. A lot of people say, well, you know, I want to wait till I do this, do that, get to a certain place in life, and then I'll be all right, you know, but.
Yeah, I probably was one of them people though. I ain't gonna say like, you know, I don't understand that. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But
you still feel like you was prepared though?
Nah, I think once I started accepting it, then it was just what it was. Like it ain't. I don't think you should have to prepare for nothing like that. You should just, you know what I'm saying? I mean, like maybe like financially, but just like as a person, I don't know, cause my experience is so fun. It's so like I'm like excited.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying. Of course, I'm trying to prepare. We talking about like going to buy diapers and shit.
Right,
like, you know what I'm saying.
Of course, you
But,
gotta
like,
be ready for that.
Prepare what? Mentally, spiritually?
I mean, all across the board, man. I mean, some people just feel like they have to be at a certain particular place in life before they are able to partake in raising a child and, you know, being a parent, being a dad, being a mom, whatever.
I mean, if I'm being honest, it scared me a little bit.
What scared you about it?
Come on, man. It's a whole person. You responsible for it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Experiences too, like especially like when you see what other people go through with like relationships and drama and, you know, shit like that.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, I don't want
You
to
got baby mama drama?
Come on, man. Hell nah.
Yeah, all right.
Hell
all right.
nah. I'm fortunate. I'm very, very fortunate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think so. And it's crazy though, because like when I'm with my friends and stuff, like I even use her as an example, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the times, because, you know, like it's just certain stuff that they go through, and it's not just like my male friends either, it's like my female friends too. It's just certain stuff that people go through, and a lot of that shit come down to like how much people respect you, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like, it would be hard for me to get so far along with a person. That stuff do happen, but I think throughout my life, I'm 34 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Throughout my life, it'd be hard for me to like get with a person and go so far as having a baby and they got like disrespectful tendencies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to hide shit like that.
It seemed like you took your time before you were ready to get into that stage of life. Would you agree, disagree?
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my question for you is okay, you have the child. What is it going to take for that next step for marriage for you?
Let me read the comments.
Ain't no damn comments up there, man.
That's a you question?
Yeah, that's a you question, man, for sure. I'm trying to figure out. Listen, I'm trying to get into the mindset, you know, because I gotta bring up this Cam Newton situation.
I ain't saying too much about it.
All right, we'll talk about it.
Well, yeah,
But it's kind of along these lines.
No. I when the girl checked him.
Yeah,
I see that.
yeah. So I'm curious in knowing, as a man, what do you need to see? Okay, this person is good enough to bear your child, have your child. What would you need to see from here, possibly, to go that next route of marriage?
In my relationship, you mean like, cause, damn, that's tough.
Yeah.
Cause
I'm putting you on the spot.
yeah, generally
I need
wouldn't.
content. If all you do is laugh, there's gonna be a clip by itself. But just know they're gonna draw conclusions.
Nah, it's cool. I tell you, like, I would tell like any like person who would like generally question me about my baby mom, about my relationship. It's hard for me to have an opinion, especially so publicly. Like, I wouldn't have an opinion like privately. Like, it's even like in the club, if I'm talking to a person, I mean, it's kind of, you can public, private, however, right? But like, even like I wouldn't have in-depth conversations because a lot of times I'm honest about what I believe in. I'm truthful. And I would never like create a scenario that puts her in a bad light, regardless of the reason. So I just don't speak on it.
Okay.
And that's a lot of reason why I don't really post. That's a lot of reason why I don't really like, you know what I'm saying? Because like, it's a lot of growing. But if you look hard enough, you'll find it. It's there. But it's not that, like, I mean, I can probably speak
Are you
for
being a man right now? I'm trying to follow what you're saying.
What you mean?
I'm trying to get you to say, like, all right, you don't want to say the reasons why you ain't ready for marriage.
Nah,
I'm just saying, what will it take?
I don't necessarily
Believe in it?
Nah, I do.
Okay.
I
let you talk.
I admire it a lot.
Okay.
I have a great admiration for marriage. I backed off the mic a little bit. Let me say it again.
Okay.
I have a great admiration for marriage.
Okay.
But culturally, it hasn't felt the same in our generation as it has seemed to feel in the previous generation.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't think it's as big a necessity as people try to make it seem.
How do you feel about it?
I think the one thing is probably God being able to bless you as a union. And he wouldn't be able to do that if you're not married.
Okay.
So I do feel like that there is a strong, connection to the such. But it's like, so far as me getting married and all of that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if, like I said, I wasn't speaking on our relationship, like, it was even up to us having a child. Like, it wasn't just like peaches and cream. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it ain't like, but a lot of people, like, I don't know, a lot of people don't value certain shit as much.
Mm-hmm.
Like sex and marriage and all that. So they'll just do it. Or maybe they value it so much that they'll just do it over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying?
So you feel like a lot of people are in a marriage because it's just something to do?
I don't know what people. I don't like speaking on what people got going on. I know, like,
I mean, just from experiences that you may have encountered or witnessed, things of that nature. I mean,
yeah, some people do it for that. Like, they got to. Like, ain't no way they didn't. You know what I'm saying? I believe.
you funny.
You funny. You funny as hell. How many people we got? You funny as hell.
Listen. I'm following you. I'm following you, but do what you do.
I don't know why people get married.
Right.
Can I see your lighter?
Of course. You're a little nervous.
Yeah, like I ain't used to this.
Okay.
It's crazy because I rock with a camera all the time, but this ain't my cup of tea.
I got you.
You know
I
what I'm
got you.
saying?
Well, we'll spend a block on that because I do want to dive more into the conversation about what's going on with men and procreating in different places.
You mean like the Cam Newton shit that you brought up earlier?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
Absolutely. I want to dive into that. But let me ask you this. You said you do want more children?
You didn't ask me that.
Oh,
but
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Well, do you want more children? I'm sorry.
I would be happy if I had more children.
How many?
Really, man, some days I just be so grateful. Like, I just be, now that I done had my son, he 8 months, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just speak for the last 8 months. In the last 8 months, I can say I be thinking about, like, I be having a lot of happy moments with him, you know what I'm saying? But some days, like, I think it's because I'm a man. Some days I just want to cut up and just have, like, 5 baby mamas and just a whole bunch of kids running around.
I appreciate you being honest about
Like,
that.
I want to do that shit.
Yeah, I appreciate you
deep
being
down,
honest about that because that's a real thought for you.
Yeah, like, why not? Fuck it. Like, it's fun. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can see, like, why men might, like, you know what?
Yeah.
You getting on my nerves. Let me go.
I mean,
She cooked.
you see, you gonna be in trouble after this episode. I feel like I'm gonna turn my attention to the comments. So, Walt D, having a child together isn't enough to warrant a marriage.
That's a lifetime thing.
Marriage is a lifetime commitment. Raising a child is not. When those kids are grown, what will y'all have in common, right? So I understand that, and I agree, but I just feel like I'm not even a person that, you know, absolutely is like, you know, it has to be a marriage there, this, that, and the third. But
see, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. I'm not a person that believes that it has to be a marriage, but I do feel like that there should, if you're making a child with someone, I feel like there should be a long-standing bond there. Like, don't be out here having children with just anyone. Like, be intentional and let it be long-term, because I don't like the idea of children being separated. This home, this, that, and the third. Because Walt, that's my brother. We grew up in the same house, but I got other siblings that I'm not close to, where we, you know what I mean? We don't have the bond that me and my brothers have that was in the same house.
But I mean, like, could be the case even if you lived in the same house. I grew up with all my brothers and sisters, and I can honestly say, like, when my mom died, we was literally all in different places in life. Literally all in different places in life, different states, different, you know what I'm saying? And we all grew up in the same house. You know
but y'all bond? Like, y'all, you bond, saying that y'all would, the bond that you and your siblings have growing up in the same house, you're saying that that same bond would have existed even without being in the same house?
I think that's depending on the person. You know what I'm saying? I watch people, like, truly, like, in my life who siblings didn't necessarily grow up with them, but they strive to have relationships with their siblings. And I also see people who be like, man, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Oh, can I cuss on here?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, all right. I just want to make sure I ain't want to be rude, and you know what I'm saying.
Nah, you good, bro.
But yeah, like, you know, you got people who be like, man, they don't care about that type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's like, well, I do want to, I appreciate Shannon saying this ain't tea, this Henny. That's funny to me. And then, you know, I do want to touch on the people shit in the comments. You know, like, I don't know too much about the Bible, but I believe God say something about a man supposed to be able to, like, take care of his wife, you know what I'm saying, take care of his kids. And, you know, a lot of people don't really like to have in-depth conversations about what marriage is, you know what I'm saying, because a lot of times the ceremony is for the family and friends. The paperwork is for the government, but, you know, what consummates marriage is sex. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's generally why it's supposed to be so important. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, I believe that if you constantly having like relations with that woman, then you do have to be intentional, and you do have to provide, and you do have to be a man so far as being able to provide. You know what I'm saying? I felt like even before we had this conversation, we was going to go somewhere between like the 50-50 shit.
I'm getting there.
And so just to touch on it, it's like, I don't believe that's the kind of conversation that people should be having in public. Because it ain't nowhere in life, no relationship, from friendships to relationships to business partnerships to none of that shit, like, to where, like, it would merit the same shit with each different, like, individual. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody would be different. Some people might get juked. Some people might handle their business proper. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So it's like, especially with relationships, they so private that it's like, how is that even a thing? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Especially in this society, to where it's like, you know, like, the government really got their foot on everybody's neck.
So you gonna put that on the government?
I mean, it's America. Like, you got to get it how you live out here. Like, it ain't necessarily the government. I say, you know, like, it ain't necessarily I don't want to put it on the government. You're right.
Come on,
I'm sorry,
like,
U.S. government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we gotta take accountability for what's really happening.
What we don't know.
I mean, not taking accountability for what we don't know. I mean, we, in a way, we do need to do that too, because a lot of this stuff is accessible with the internet and things of that nature. You know what I mean? Like, researching ways to do better. But my whole thing is you say you want more children. With the Cam situation, we talking about a man having 8 kids. And this man having 8 kids by 3 different women and still claiming to be able to, you know, be a great father. Do you think that's possible?
Okay, Cam made this public, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I wouldn't speak on nobody's shit, but you know what I'm saying? I guess because, like, this is media. This is, you know,
this is what you in. This is your business.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And typically I'm not on camera, you know what I'm saying? For this reason.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? I would like to have the opportunity to meet Cam Newton one day or some shit, you know what I mean?
Thanks.
But at the same time, it's like, I guess since he made it public, I think I put your light in my pocket like a nigga.
You good, bro.
I'm gonna need that though.
Trust me, I don't forget the Bics.
Does he take care of these kids? Is he having relationships with the, you know what I'm saying? Like, is he having sexual relations with the woman? Because if he's not, you know what I'm saying, then what are you talking about, a physical presence in the household? Because I think that's what she touched on that was so vital in the conversation, is having a physical presence in the household. It's like, that's fair, but if we specifically talking about Cam Newton, like, how much of a presence will he have had in the household when he's as busy as he is anyway? even beyond football.
Even if they were all in the same household, you saying,
yeah,
would he
how
be there
much
anyway?
time would he literally? And I'm not making an excuse for him, but like, especially when he was playing football, because I'm sure he fathered some children at that point. You feel what I'm saying in his career, but it's like his schedule wouldn't typically allow, because you know a busy man typically has to, you know what I'm saying, and so it's like, what merit are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Because if he can make time, depending on the circumstances with the woman, I think it's only fair to say that, you know, like her argument is valid, but it's also circumstantial.
Yeah, I mean, and I agree with that. But me personally, I don't feel like it's possible. 8 kids.
So you saying even with 8 kids in one household,
8 kids,
you're gonna miss some shit.
Absolutely.
You're gonna miss some shit.
Even in one house. That's the thing. Like 8 kids, even in one house, you're gonna miss some things. But at the same time, I feel like in 3 different households, you definitely gonna miss some things. It's some things you can't show up for. In 3 different homes amongst 8 kids, and he want to have more kids. You can't. It's like, to me, she touched on it. It's selfish, and to me, I feel like it is. You know what I mean? Now,
dude, I mean, I've seen situations where, you know, the women communicate, and typically, you know, we didn't have opportunity. I don't think they addressed his personal situation as if it's women communicate or not. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah.
But in situations where they communicate, typically it helps. I'm you know what? I don't even want to too much keep going with that, because it's like, it sounds like excuses. You know what I'm saying? I don't know too many other countries where men didn't have multiple wives. Now, it was more of a union, you know what I'm saying, because they all did typically stay under one roof, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, we've modernized the one woman thing, and it's been a thing forever, you know what I'm saying? And it's like more than possible, you know what I'm saying? I see men do it every day.
Not saying that it's not possible. I
But
think that really where I'm
I don't think
taking
it's
it from
business. For real.
morally. I'm talking about morally. I mean,
I feel like,
does
that's
become
what I'm
people
saying.
business
Like, because
these-
God said if you can take care of them, then you can do it.
But
like,
what's
you know
considered taking care of them? Like, what do you consider when you think about being a great father and taking care of your child? What does that consist of from a man's standpoint?
Man, I don't know, man. I just my baby 8 months.
Oh my God, man!
I only got 8 months of experience.
But I mean,
I'm gonna tell somebody
even off the 8 months, you know what I mean? Like, come on.
I know, like, in this society, like, a man's presence in his child's life and his opportunity to lead a household definitely helps with influence.
Right.
And I think that's the most important.
It's just leading.
Having the opportunity to. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, every person ain't gonna lead right. And ain't like every man perfect or a good man even. But
I love how blunt you are about this. Like, you just like, niggas ain't shit. But for me,
I ain't say that.
so, I mean, come on, man. You like basically like at the end of the day, you know,
Nah, you just need an opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, I feel like y'all feel like he being a man right now. If y'all feel like he being a man, put it in the comments.
She said, I agree, it's selfish and that work is oftentimes left for the mother.
It is, because to me, let me just say, like I put on my post, when we talk about
What's up, sis?
When we talk about actually raising a child and being a parent, I think that, again, a lot of people just look at the financial aspect. And did I bring home the check so that you could have lights, so that you could have water, so that you could have clothes, things of that nature? But there's so many other aspects that go into that. Like, you not listening to the kids call your name all day long, which is mentally draining. You not having to worry about, was the homework turned in? Did they lose it? Did you sign this bus slip? Did you sign this permission slip? Did you send the money? Did you get them to the doctors? You know what I mean? So it's a lot of things, like listening to the kids, paying attention to, you know what I mean, when their emotions and things of that change, you know, the highs and lows. What about that?
Let me ask you this, because I'm going to ask you personally, right?
All right, ask me. Let's go.
Because we know each other, right?
That's right.
How many men do you know compared to the other of men that raise their kids and men that don't? Do you know more men that raise their kids versus more men that don't?
That's a great question.
Me personally, I believe wholeheartedly that I know more men that take care of their kids than I know men that don't. Now, if you talking about circumstances so far as like prison and stuff like that, then I'll but that, it do count. It count, but you know.
But then we go back to what is taking care of your kid, because I know most men that I know provide for their children. Provide. They might pay their child support. They might, you know what I mean, send a little extra. Right. But a lot of the duties, and make no mistake, this is the problem I have with, I guess I wouldn't be so uptight about women having so many duties if the woman wasn't also working her 40 hours plus and the duties. Now, so I say this, like, yeah, I know a lot of guys that provide, might send some money here and there, but the duties fall on the wife or the girl, the woman, and she's still working.
I say people have to, like I said, I feel like it's weird that it's a conversation that we have to have. You know what I'm saying? Because people should be self-sufficient, period.
I agree. We should.
People.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that men a lot of times come into relationships lacking. A lot of the ability to be able to like really, really take care of themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like almost like running the household. You know what I'm saying? Learning how to like pay bills. You know, like getting money orders and shit like that. Like a lot of men, you know what I'm saying, typically don't know that. You feel what I'm saying? So then when you talking about the day-to-day duties, like then having to come home and cook and clean and blah, 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 blah. It's like, I believe it's completely unfair to say that men don't do that. Completely unfair. But
so you know men who do that, do those things, that stepping in for those duties. You know men that make sure that the laundry is done, food is on the, you know what I mean? Like they cooking, they cleaning, they sitting down doing homework. They like, bro, let me go ahead.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
For sure. You know what I'm saying? I know more women who do it, but you know, like when you just the fact that you have to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot within itself. Just the fact that you have to do it. But, you know, it's not like everybody good at it. And it is some people that's better than others. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like women typically control a lot of the situations with the kids anyway. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. It's hard for me to believe that, like, men don't do shit when there's so many relationships. It's so many people together. It's so, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
People still trying and this and that. And I'm sure it's a lot of men out here who ain't shit. You feel what I'm saying? But I do notice that anytime I help, like, around the house with anything, it's helpful.
Yeah.
Like anything. Whether I cook, whether I clean up the bathroom, whether I, you know what I'm saying?
I'm sure it is.
It's helpful.
It's
you know
a
what
lot.
I'm saying? And so it's like, I think it's better when you have kids, because like when my kid get older, you know what I'm saying? When you have your work cut out for you. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
I gotta show you. Especially with him being a boy. Like I gotta show you. I wanna show him how to cook. You know what I'm saying? How to clean.
So do you cook and clean? What is first of all, you and your woman stay together?
Yeah.
What is your routine? What do you take on at home in terms of task and making sure you take care of? And don't lie, because she watching.
How you know? She watching. You seen it?
Trust me, listen, my baby mother and your baby mother are first cousins. Yeah, so I'm sure she watching. My baby mother, I'm sure she done sent the link and everything. So go ahead and tell the truth, because she watching.
Honestly, whatever I want. It's like the self-sufficiency, you know what I'm saying?
So you do whatever you want to do?
No, not in that regard. It's like I can like come in and help wherever is needed. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, because like I got shit going on too, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times with what I got going on, I'm not around the house.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so like when I am, I can kind of see like, okay, like maybe she tired today. Let me offer this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even if I'm not cooking, I might offer to buy food.
Okay. So that brings me to another question. Like, what do you initiate doing prior to it needing to be done?
To be completely honest.
Completely. I don't want her jumping in the chat like, he lying.
To be honest, she like very vocal about the things that she want.
Mm-hmm.
So
she don't hold back.
Nah, she do sometimes, but you know, like I don't really like have to. You know what I'm saying? She'll let me know.
Okay.
And then it's like, of course, like my space, like the room, the area, like the space I'm in, like the room, she don't really have to too much worry about that. Like I'm gonna make sure the room's straight. But like, because she has, it's a lot of people in the house, you know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody have their responsibilities.
I got you.
Rarely, very rarely, I might go out there and help them with their responsibilities, especially when I know they got a lot going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But I guess everybody appreciate when I cook. I just don't cook that often.
So you can cook, but you don't cook that often.
I think I'm
What's your favorite meal to cook, man? I gotta know.
Oh, no, I don't really have no preferences. But it's crazy, though, man, because I don't think I'm I don't think I'm going to eat meat too much longer.
You giving it up?
Yeah, it's going to be slow, though. It ain't going to be like right now. Probably like a year or two.
I'm curious to know why, though. Like, what's making you give it up?
I'm hearing that it ain't necessarily for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to do more research into that and see what's going on with that.
You think you will bring your son up on that lifestyle, even if you don't adapt to it all the way yourself? Do you think that that's the route you want to take?
I have to. Like, man, this nigga woke up and seen me eating the Snickers the other night. I was ashamed. It was probably like, I ain't even gonna care. It was probably like
You was ashamed because he caught you eating a Snicker?
Yeah, it was like probably like 3 months ago. He like 8 months. So it was probably like 3 months ago.
When he was 5 months.
Yeah. He real alert too. He was real alert early. You know what I'm saying?
So what was his reaction like? Like
he ain't too much. It was just a feeling.
Yeah.
It was how it made me feel. It was how it made me feel.
But that ain't meat though. Like what you think he said to
Snickers,
himself?
my nigga, come on, man. That bullshit in there. With it. Come on, man. I'm looking at him like.
Was it the sugar or the nuts that was inside that just disappointed you?
That's no diddy.
Was it the nuts that made you kind of uncomfortable or something when he saw you?
I'm uncomfortable right now. You keep talking about nuts.
Mean, you had chose a Snicker. That's one of the nuttiest things that I can really think of when it comes down to candy.
You got a nougat. Ain't say none of that shit.
Okay. All right. I was just curious for a second. I'm curious, man. What?
Nah, but I just wanna. That shit is one. It's one of the moments where I wanted to be better.
I feel you.
Like so, I'm trying.
Let me ask you this, man. What's your take on the LGBTQ community?
Yo, it's wild, yo.
I want to know your take, man. You always show me love, but y'all feel different when it comes down to men. So I want to know.
That's funny, yo, because that's wild, yo. I told my man she was gonna ask me this shit.
You said don't come with this gay shit.
Nah.
I'm just curious. I always want to know. Pick your brain a little bit.
What you mean how I feel? I ain't got no feelings. I don't be thinking about that shit.
Tell me, man, because, be honest with me, bro. We here with it. So, as a man, you probably don't feel any type of way about women on women, right? Type situations that interest you?
I would be gay if I said that shit didn't interest me. Like, nigga, hell yeah.
I'm
like,
sorry.
It's women.
Right,
like, I think, honestly, like, that's one of them things. Like, I think women is, honestly, for me, like, my favorite thing in the whole wide world.
All right, so now I got to go a step further. Studs. I've been seeing a lot of videos about niggas being obsessed with studs. How you feel about studs? Would you bang a stud? Do you know a stud you would bang? Don't say Vaughn.
What's up, my nigga? Everybody know Vaughn. Yeah.
You said yeah?
Vaughn told me I was cool in high school.
Vaughn cool as fuck.
Yeah, she told me I was cool in high school. We've been friends ever since. Yeah, but
You had this little twinkle in your eye and shit when you said that.
Yeah, it did. She said some other shit. That shit made me feel good.
Okay.
She was talking about how many hoes she get and how many hoes I could get.
Y'all feel like y'all
I wasn't getting hoes like Vaughn.
No?
Nah, hell nah. Vaughn was that nigga.
But I want to know. I'm curious to know. Do you think that's something you would do? Would you knock down a stud?
Why not? I mean, like, motherfuckers be saying, you see that nigga that do that bang, bang, bang video? Mm-hmm. Pow, pow,
That's
pow.
why I'm asking. That's why I'm curious to know.
You know what's weird about, I think the problem is, right, sodomy. That's the sin I think that people create, like, is talking about. Like, when they reference it to God. I don't know, I talk about God a lot. But when they, like, reference it to God, and, if you look that shit up, they say, like, the definition is, like, anal oral sex with the same sex. But
what they say about it?
But also, in that same definition, is anal oral sex with the opposite sex. So, like...
Both of them wrong.
Like, yeah, basically, like, getting your dick sucked is the same sin as, like, a man fucking a man in the ass. Or two girls having sex.
Does that interest you in stop sinning?
Who, me?
Yeah. You
got to take the good with the bad. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going, if you ask me, am I going to stop getting my dick sucked? No. No, that's not. I mean, you know what, though? I do feel like saying that publicly at some point in my life, I probably, like, when you get old and shit, you know what I'm saying? I probably would try at least to, like, move in that direction. But I ain't gonna sit here and say like I'm a, you know what I'm saying? But like
when
now
you
that
get
I'm,
older, you gonna try to move in a direction to
where I'm gonna be like, you know, disciplined enough to like
say no.
do what God like need me to do, so I can like be like who I'm supposed to be. You know, like that's why I slowed down with like females now. Like, you know what I'm saying? At first, it was like me jumping in bitches' inboxes and they dissing me like I ain't that nigga. Like damn. Like,